This is the Infinity Summit Group. Truth, passion, success.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Infinity Summit Group podcast. Today is August 29th, 2022. Everybody, welcome back. Got the boys here and a special guest on today. I'm Noah.
Xavier.
Logan.
Jesse. Dalan.
What's up, Dalan?
Sorry, I didn't know if you guys wanted me to.
That's
Perfect.
so perfect.
Couldn't remember.
We got you back for your 1-year checkup.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are
Also,
you,
congrats,
for a lube or
Bessie.
no?
Always go raw.
Welcome back, anyways.
Yeah, thanks
But,
for having me back.
You've had some massive changes in this last year.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
We would love to hear all about them, of course. So first things first, you got out of state.
Yeah, I did. Left the prison of Utah.
And then went to
Yeah.
Misery.
Yeah, November, Missouri. Yeah, no, it's been different for sure. A lot of water out there. A lot of water. Like when it rains, it freaking rains. It's so different. You've never seen rain out here. Rain doesn't exist out here compared to out there, dude. It's wild.
Tis but a sprinkle.
Yeah, or like the rolling thunder that they have out there. You know, when people say rolling thunder, you hear thunder here and there. Like, Jess, you remember when we were in my dad's garage when lightning struck your dad's house?
Yeah.
It's like that every time it thunders, dude. It's nutty.
cool.
It's just my whole house shakes because we got crawl spaces, so the whole house is shaking. You're just like, whoa, this is pretty weird. It's way dope though.
Sick.
Way freaking sick. You just constantly see thunder because since there's no mountains, you can just see thunder from way far away, and it rolls in and rolls over you for a while. It's pretty dope.
Talking about that with you the other day,
Yeah.
I think that would be so sick. I love the rain. I think
It's so cool.
dope.
Well, you know how out here if it rains way heavy, you're driving like, oh, I'll just kind of wait a little bit or keep driving. Out there's times you just have to stop, pull over to the side of the road. It's too rainy. You just can't see.
Really?
Yeah, I don't drive a whole ton out there because I work from home and stuff. But a couple of people we know, a couple of our relatives out there, like, yeah, I just had to stop. There's nothing we could do. It's just too rainy. It's wild.
Wow.
Or like the hail. You know, we don't get it as bad as some places in the U.S., but we saw golf ball size hail at some people's houses.
You gotta have
Destroy
hail
theirs.
insurance.
Oh yeah, the insurance is more expensive out there for sure because
Bet.
everyone's getting their cars fixed up from getting their cars just dented or out to shit. Our car was already bought with hail damage, so it didn't matter to us, and it was in a garage. But everyone else getting a bunch of money for their cars and their roofs and their siding and everything like that. I think it ripped up some of Davy's window screens, tore those to shreds.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wild.
pretty wild, dude.
So
Utah,
you don't want to go out in that.
Utah
No.
really doesn't have any natural disasters.
No, except for that one earthquake.
Yeah. One,
Pretty mild out here.
yeah, that's nice.
It's just hot, dry.
Yeah, the dryness, dude. I feel like I'm just shriveling up every time I come out here.
So you like
I'm drowning when I go out that way.
It's nice. I love it.
do
Yeah.
you like Missouri a lot better than Utah?
Yeah, I mean, there's more like bugs and stuff. There's more greenery. Like it just looks lush and green most of the time. Right before we came out here, they were having a heat wave, but it ended like right after we left. So it's now lush and green, and I've had to pay someone to mow my yard. Otherwise, when I got back, it'd just destroy my lawnmower. Like there'd just be no way to mow it with a dinky little mower, you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
You haven't lived a winter out there yet, or have you?
No, we did because next month we'll be out there a year.
Oh,
Granted,
okay.
we've been out in Utah for half the year too.
That's
But
fair.
so I think we moved last September, so we'll be out there a year. And the winter wasn't bad. It snowed more than I thought it would, but you also get sheet, so it's like sheets of ice almost. You know, not really like sheets of ice coming down, but you get sleet. That's what it's called, not
Sleet?
sheet. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sleet. So the roads get real icy. You know, a lot of black ice and stuff like that. Work from home, not a problem for me.
Yeah.
But I can see where it gets scary because it gets bad, you know.
Dang. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I was
I'd love to
working-
go visit.
Right.
Yeah.
I was working from home because I feel like for me that would drive me nuts. I have to
It's-
get out of the house if I'm going to work.
It's different for sure. I thought I'd like it more than I do, but I still love it a lot more than going into the shop because when I'm out here, I go into the shop a couple of times and it's nice. Just to kind of get away from home, talk to everybody, see what's going on, see what's happening on the floor and everything like that. But working from home, I go in my office and just kind of work, put my headphones in, listen to just music, you know, and just do whatever, and then get as much work done as possible. So still waking up at 4 a.m. to start work and then getting off at like 12. So
What do you do exactly?
Software development. So like,
Okay.
I do all the scheduling programs and stuff like that for our installers, our shop. When they need to know what job needs to come next and stuff like that. And we have a master schedule where they got to see all the jobs, all the processes on the jobs, everything like that. So I keep that maintained, make updates and changes and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
or a bidding program as well.
It's like the Matrix where you see all the green numbers.
Yeah.
On the screen.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Feels like that sometimes, dude. You're just like, what am I doing?
What's my
Google
job
it.
again?
Yeah. Dude, half my job's Google. It's just like, how do I add numbers? Oh, yeah, that's how you do it. I remember.
Shoot.
2 + 2.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I've been getting into 3D printing, though, a lot. Trying to make
Yes,
that
we remember.
overcome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm still bummed. I haven't done anything on the, the gun side of 3D printing. That's been a bummer, but everything else has been fun.
What are you working on right now?
Right now I'm working on a job for Carrie. She had some clips that she wanted done at her new house that, I don't know, she had like these aluminum bar things that she wanted little caps for them. So I'm just designing something that'll just slot right in and won't fall out and put that on there. They're printing right now because I'm just borrowing Drayden's printer while I'm out here. So printing that out. And then Ryan had another job that he wanted. Their pool has these little, or their hot tub had like PVC coming out, and they had a little cap that screw on next to them. But where it came out, there was an ugly hole. So he just wanted me to 3D print a white circle that goes on it, and they screw the lid back on, and you don't see it anymore, So I actually got a picture of that one. So I finished that up and put it on. Sucks being away from my printer though, because I can't. It's super hard to get the quality that I'm used to, So this is
you got a
it
pretty nice
after.
printer at home then.
Oh, that's cool.
Nothing crazy, is
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks all right. The print itself doesn't look phenomenal, but this is what it looked like before. So
Oh yeah, so it looks
Yeah.
quite good.
yeah, so it's quite a bit better, but the print quality is just not what I like because it's not so much that my printer's better than Drayden's. It's probably actually worse, but I'm more used to it. I know the settings. I know how to change things on the fly, so I can, if I start a print, I can go, okay, the temperature's not quite right. Let me adjust it, and then, okay, now that temperature's good. I'll cancel this print, sweep it clean, and then restart a print. Over here, I have to first travel to his house, go over there, start a print, and then it doesn't have any adjustments after you start a print, so I just sit there, watch it. Okay, that print's not good enough. Swipe it, change the temperature by 5 degrees, try again. No, I don't think it was the temperature. I think it might have been something else, and just messing with it, trying to get his stuff dialed in, which, lucky for him, I'm dialing in his printer and getting him all his profiles, so now he just has to click print, and it's going to get him some good prints, but it takes a minute to get that right. So I have that job already, or the job for Ryan already done. The job for Carrie's printing right now, because I went over there today, and it was like a 7-hour print to finish all of them, because she wanted like 20 clips, and then 20 of something else. It was a small thing kind of along with that. Printing out stuff for Patience's fudge business, Fudge Co. or whatever, Patience and Runs. That one was pretty dope because I came out here just like 3D printing, just all talking about 3D printing. I'm going to keep talking about it until someone gives me a cool idea and starts selling them. And she's like, okay, cool. And we talked about it for a minute. And on my phone, I had an idea for stamps or cookie cutters. So now for Aiden and Gary's wedding, I don't know if you guys know them, but they got married just now.
I know Aiden, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you went to school there. Anyway, so I just did the A and the G.
Oh,
And it was
nice.
this little stamp and just stamped up a bunch of stuff. She's like, dude, this is something I'm not telling anybody because this is like, I don't want anyone to steal this business. Like, well, people are already making, money doing this, but yeah, sure. So I got a couple of print ideas and stuff that I've designed for this that we're going to print out and sell. She's thinking it can go way far. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. Just, I want to print more stuff. At work, I'm like, what could I print? Printing is way cooler than this. At my house, I have my my computer, and then next to me, my 3D printer. So after work, I'll go and get a bunch of stuff set up, start printing. The next day, I'll come out, grab whatever off it, start working, click print, keep working till it's done, pull it off, keep working, click print. Just constant, anything I can think of.
Do you think you could have like a room where you had like all the newest printers lined up? And
a farm?
A farm
Dude,
of printers.
I'd love to have a farm. When I get home, I have plans to put up some shelving in my garage because I have 2 printers. I have one of the resin printers that can get really high detail and do
those are
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, they're way dope. I'm not as like I can't design stuff like some of the people out in the WC or
Tour.
Yeah, I can't do stuff like that, but Callie can. She's done some. I think you guys saw the dragon I pulled out last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have plans to set up a computer for her so she can sit down and do that. It's hard right now. She just had a baby, but hopefully she'll be able to get to that soon because she busted that dragon out in like an hour. And she's like, oh, I've never touched a sculpting program. Dope-ass dragon. Like, oh, okay, sure.
Well, then.
That might as well happen. But it's been fun other than that. And I have a bunch of other ideas of what I could do based on the materials and the properties of the materials and everything like that. Just stuff that no one's doing yet, but I think it's because no one is pushing 3D print. Like, people are pushing 3D printing, but not in different ways. It's still way new. Like, tons of people don't even know that it's a thing yet, which is cool. You know, it's cool because a lot of people are doing different stuff. Like, there's one printer I want to build. It would cost me around $500, but it'd be like this big, have the same almost the same build area as my $200 printer, which price doesn't really matter all that much on build area, but my $200 printer is like this big, this tall, and can print this much, you know? And so this printer being this big and can print this much is pretty darn cool. You just flip up this thing and it just prints upside down and just goes up. It's pretty freaking cool looking. But the guy who designed it just put it on YouTube and was like, it's open source. I don't have time to make it and sell it and stuff, so anyone can just go nuts. Here's all the files I used and everything. Sweet.
That's cool.
I want to try that real bad because it would be sweet.
You ever see the dudes on TikTok that are like making fabric from their 3D printers? That stuff's cool.
Yeah, they print on fabric and stuff like that.
No, it's like all plastic, but it bends and shit like
Yeah,
fabric.
yeah,
That's
like
cool.
it's thinner or something like that.
Yeah, it's like real thin.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That shit's way cool. Or like the different materials they have, especially with like resin has quite a bit of different materials you can get where it's either harder or more flexible, so when you drop it doesn't just shatter. Or like dentist stuff, they'll have like inserts to put in your teeth or whatever, so it's it's resin that's non-toxic when it's fully cured, because resin's a freaking hooch to get. It's super annoying because it's toxic. You don't want it on your skin or anything like that. It smells real bad and it's just super annoying to work with, but it's freaking cool. You can get some cool stuff with it.
So you can make your own braces or your own
I think it's like retainers, or I don't know if that's all they do or they do like spacers and stuff like that. I don't know enough about dentistry, and it's not a field I'm looking at. It's just a cool that you can get the different material properties, you know? I'm really wanting to see if I can get, for that gun that I showed off last time, the thing that's been killing me and that I haven't been able to get right is the firing pin. I finally went and borrowed somebody's stuff because I hate borrowing people's stuff. Finally went and borrowed somebody's angle grinder and everything like that, and we installed it in the wrong direction. we put it like this, and it needed to be, we put it horizontal and it needed to be vertical. That was super annoying. So I need to go out and borrow their stuff again, but I hate borrowing people's stuff, especially for testing, because I got to do it, test it, and it's kind of annoying to borrow people's stuff. So I want to see if I can get different materials that, you know, the materials might cost a lot of money, but if I could print the firing pin that will last me, I don't know, 50 shots, that might be pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
It wouldn't take much to flip them, you know, change them out, so you just kind of know how long they'll last. And it would just be cool to get that, you know? Just I don't know if I could, though, because people aren't testing resin or filament in that way, you know, in like a small cross section able to hit and dent brass, you know, like it's kind of not a super well researched thing yet, you know, or it is, and people are just like, no, it's just a dumb idea, don't do that. I don't know yet. I have to find out.
We'll see.
Yeah, there's tons of people doing like testing with the tensile strength and the impact resistance and all this stuff with different 3D printing materials and properties and how you slice them or how you lay them down or how you orientate them. Everything matters. It's cool. It's fun to look at and test and see, you know.
Sounds like a hoot and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get way too into it a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a passion.
Oh yeah, it's a passion. There's a dude who interviews one person every day of the week, making money 3D printing, making anywhere from, you know, $500 a month to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You know, he's like, I make 6 figures a year. I want to see what other people are doing, and he just every episode he just gives out 3D printing ideas that you could sell. And he's like, I don't have enough time to do these ones, so here you go, and just starts giving them out like candy. Some of them I've written down because they're good ideas. Other ones like I don't want to touch that, but I have a whole list in my phone of things I want to 3D print and try and make money off of. You know.
Yeah. Thinking like Etsy or eBay or.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Maybe more Etsy because that seems to be like where the more crowd is. But I know, like on this podcast, he's interviewing people who do Etsy, eBay, Amazon, everything. You know. My favorite thing to do, though, is like what I'm doing for Carrie and Ryan, where I'm looking at whatever they have and trying to design stuff for that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's way harder, and I'm not good at it yet because, like, Carrie's little clip things, honestly, probably should not have taken me nearly as long as it did, but, like, get it, print it. Nope, that doesn't fit. Nope, that doesn't fit. Nope, that doesn't. Finally get one to fit. I'm like, sweet. And then I print it again, and Drayden's printer's not quite perfect, so it's completely different. Like, oh, I got to redesign everything. Then it fortunately makes me a way better designer because now I printed one that can kind of flex. So it just flexes in, slots out, you know, like now it can, even no matter how much slosh I have, it fits right, you know? So just, it accounts for that, which is cool on an imperfect printer.
That is cool.
That's fun.
Oh yeah. How large do they get? Because like in theory, it seems like they could get pretty big ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have
with big jobs.
They have ones where they like print houses or whatever. That's just like laying down concrete. It sounds cooler than it is. It's just laying down concrete in a pattern, you know, like it's, you still have to get the machine there to do it and stuff, but they have ones that have like, they do the concrete where they just have the arm that extends rather than like a whole gantry and everything where you have a big square box around the house that you want to build. So they just have an arm that extends and then they just lift that arm up depending on how tall they're going. So they got ones like that. I've seen online like a dude build a plastic, it's a tank, you know, it's a small tank, but it's a tank, you know, and he has little foam balls that he shoots out of it and everything. It's pretty dope. And he just prints it off on a big printer that he has. One dude I've seen on Reddit and stuff where they have like 6-foot ones in their house and it just takes up a whole room. They're like, yeah, well, it's dope. Or saw one printing off like a canoe, like a big canoe, you know.
That's so cool.
Just, people are nutty with it, dude, and I love it. It's so cool. Or one is way dope, and I wish it wasn't just kind of theoretical research stuff right now. It's not theoretical. They just have it in such a small form factor. But so the basics of 3D printing, you have ones that like lay down layers, right? You have ones that kind of flash the screen and cure the resin. This one, like, I don't know if it shoots 2 lasers at each other or 2 things at each other, but it kind of, or uses like electricity some way. The object just kind of like, boop, it just appears. Just in the vat of liquid, it just kind of forms in the middle of it. It's like,
that's so cool.
I think they spin the liquid in a certain way and then just kind of shine the lasers at a certain spot. So like they intersect or something weird like that, but it like happens really fast. So I don't know if it was instant, but it was like maybe a minute and you just have a whatever object you're trying to do. And they're like, yeah, we could speed it up, I think, you know, and they're trying to do it. It's freaking cool.
That's
like,
way cool.
That's awesome.
the technology they're going to have in, you know, another 10 years, because I bet this one's going to be real finicky to get right. It's freaking sweet.
3D print me a hamburger.
What is it, off of Spy Kids, where they just microwave their hamburgers or whatever,
Yeah.
and then got a whole meal?
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah, for real.
So, financially, how have you been doing? Moving from Utah to Missouri, how did that go?
It went okay, and then I didn't spend nearly as much time working because I was like, I'm at home. I could work right now, or I could walk out and play with my daughter and hang out with my wife. So
Yeah.
financially took a hit because I just stopped working nearly as much and for the longest time, people didn't want their cabinets yet. Like, we had tons of orders, but no one wanted their cabinets yet, so we just didn't work a lot of Fridays and Thursdays. So just started using up my money. Like, oh, this is not good. And we're like trying out all the new places to eat. 'Cause there's a bunch of different places. You know, there's one place that does alcoholic milkshakes. Haven't tried the alcohol version of them yet, but the regular milkshakes are freaking good. There's like a blackberry cobbler milkshake or something like that. So damn good. And they had salt and vinegar fries or smoked fries.
Shit.
So freaking good.
Smoked fries?
Mhm.
I've never heard of that.
It's fantastic. Just
Sounds good.
So good. That place was delicious. Went there way too many times once we found out about it. Because every time we go to Costco, because it's like 40 minutes to go to Costco, we're like, oh, let's just go
Holy
over here.
fuck.
Yeah. And then
Are you just in the middle of nowhere or what?
40 minutes from the nearest Costco is the middle of nowhere. Dude, it wasn't
It's
that long
40
ago
minutes
that,
from nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago that like Harriman was in the middle of nowhere, 40 minutes from a Costco, you know?
Yeah, I used to have to go really far.
Yeah, I used to go.
dude.
I mean, was it Sandy
felt
that you
really
used to go?
far, yeah.
30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's close. But yeah, the nearest city is about 40 minutes from us, and we're just like a small town, and it is really small town. You know, not everyone, it's not so small that everyone knows each other, but it's pretty darn small, you know? I'm like 2 minutes from the, I don't know, the Capitol, or not the Capitol building, but like the town center
hall?
building. Yeah, town hall and stuff like that. So you just go right in there, and they have a bunch of little shops in a square. Like the town square is the town hall, and a bunch of little shops in a square around it and everything like that. And it's, you go into places, it's real, small town stuff. Went into a barber, and the dude's just like, yeah, it's just $12. Like, okay, cool. I pay or whatever. And then I'm talking to someone else out there like, yeah, dude, I didn't have $12. Like, he won't take card or anything like that. So I didn't have $12. He's like, oh, just get me next time. Don't worry about it. Like,
What?
it's a small town. He'll probably be back. Like, so,
Damn.
yeah.
He only accepted cash.
Only cash. A lot of people are cash or check. So,
That's nice.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going the opposite way here.
I don't know, dude. I like cards. I don't want a checkbook. Like, what are you?
I
What
don't
century
want
is
a
this?
checkbook.
Like,
But like,
That's my checkbook.
yeah, I still don't have a bank out there, so that's kind of like, I gotta make sure I have money. I do have like access to ATMs and stuff, but I don't know. Everything's cards now, so I get ways to
Yeah.
that.
I like credit cards. They're nice.
Yeah, earn cash back and stuff like that. It's nice.
Well, and the liability on your end is 0.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Has your financial started to improve though? Because you said when you first got out there, it was taking a hit pretty hard. Did you get back on the wagon?
Yeah, but like a couple weeks before we came out here, I talked to my wife like, look, we got to stop going out to eat so much, and we got to start seeing some positive numbers and stuff like that, Because for a while there, I was not only not working nearly as much, but I was also throwing some money at the NFT stuff that I was in because it was interesting and it was way up, Now it's way down, but not really that concerned about all that. Still worth like that one that was worth like 350 is like 10 grand now, So still like 10 grand's nothing to say no to when it's just a JPEG online, but
yeah.
it's it was allegedly worth 350,000, or at least that's what people were buying them for or something. So
Oh.
yeah, I lost a lot of money on that crypto and just putting it in and then having it go down to like nothing. Like, I probably should have paid more attention to that.
I feel you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure, but it was fun. I mean, learning experience for sure. Now I'm like way more guarded with it, but there was one that I do like. I don't regret selling my big one that was worth a ton of money because it was only theoretically worth that much. I don't know if anyone would have actually bought it for that much, but one of them I got, and I got an offer for 16 grand on it, and it was like, you have an hour to do it, and I was like, oh, I got to go and see if they're way undercutting me, because people will do that. Well, they're just like, yours is worth 50 grand. I'm gonna send you 16. Hope you accept it. I was like, I got to go check that out, and I had people come over right then, so I didn't want to just be rude and like, oh, I got to go look at this. I should have been because it's 16 grand.
Be rude.
Yeah, I should have. I really should have been, but I was like, no, I'll talk to I'll just hang out and stuff like that, because they were like knocking on my door right when that happened. Like, oh damn it, and then totally forget about it after saying hi and stuff, and then hour goes by. Oh dang it, and now I'm getting offered 0.05 Ethereum for it. Dang, that would have been sweet. 16 grand would have been solid.
Yeah.
Not like I'm dying for it, but 16 grand would have been sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
16 grand is a bit.
Yeah.
I do a lot with that right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, I could too. It would be nice. I mean, I still have money saved up or money in my bank from the sale of the house and everything, but 16 grand would be nice.
That's right.
I
You
don't think
made a profit on your house.
Oh yeah.
How much?
That profit?
If you don't mind me asking, how much profit did you make?
About 80 grand.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy, but it was from the money I'd saved and that coming in. I had like 91 grand in my bank at some point. I was so close. I just need 9 more. Just pissed off that it wasn't 100 grand, dude. Come on, we're right there.
So take a picture.
Yeah. No, I'm down quite a bit, but it's not that bad because I am like that. All that was in my checkings, and I kind of put a bunch of it into my savings. And my checkings would go down and just kind of move it over, and then like, oh, it's going down so fast, but my savings was going way up. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not moving over as much as I used to have to,
Yeah,
so just kind of leave it in there and let it die while my savings is building way up. Because I don't do it way smart where people like have budgets and stuff. I found that too annoying to keep track of. I'm like, well, let's just not spend that much money and we'll be fine. Easy to do when you're alone. Not super easy when you have a wife. Not easy. Or kids. It's harder. It's like every time you go out to eat. Alone, it's $10, $15 maybe. Together, it's $50. How? We're just getting double the food. Nah, it's not that way. Just 5
Triple
times.
the price, dog.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird how that happens.
Yeah. But other than that, it's been pretty good financially. Like, I definitely feel a lot more free. I'm not so like stressed out about making sure I work at least 8 hours. Now I work 8 to 10 hours a day, but it's before I was like, no, I have to work like extra hours. I have to put in tons of time and all this stuff. Now it's like, meh, if I take a day off here and there, I'm not too concerned about it, which I probably could have not been too concerned about it before. But when you don't have a whole lot in your bank account, you have a wife and kid to hang, to take care of, you stress it regardless of how much, if you don't have a good buffer, you stress it a bit,
For sure.
So is it cheaper over there quite a bit, or is it about
Some things
regular?
are, some things aren't. So like I was saying earlier, insurance isn't. Food definitely is.
Really?
Gas is quite a bit cheaper. When we left, it was like $4, I think. And so, gas out here is $4.40 or something like that. So it's cheaper, but not by tons. It's anywhere from 50 to 60 cents usually, but I don't know what it is out there right now. I don't know if it's less or more than $4.
Yeah, we've come down out here quite a bit.
Yeah. Eating out is cheaper. Food is a little bit cheaper. They don't have a whole lot of options for produce, though. So, like, you do have a lot of meat options, more meat options than out here, and the meat is way better. Just, you can get the garbage stuff, and it tastes way better than the okay stuff out here. Like, it's quite a bit different. But, yeah, like I said, produce just non-existent out there at times. Sometimes you go to Walmart, because that's, like, the biggest store we have close to us, and there's just no options. And you're like, can we get, like, carrots, though, please? I like food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not all the time. Like, I think it's just less of a market out there, so they don't stock it as fast. And, like, everyone's kind of seeing shortages in certain areas. So this place, since there's less demand for it, I just don't think they push for it as much. But
Well, and everybody out there is bigger. You were
a
saying?
lot more people on scooters. At Walmart, there's a lot more people on scooters, just mobbing around, dude. I saw one girl. She's on a scooter, and she's fatter, so she already needs one. But then her leg was like in some sort of cast, so you're already screwed both ways. She's pulling a cart with, I think, 2 boys in it, who were probably, I don't know, anywhere from 4 to 6. One girl, kind of like maybe 8 years old, walking around, and then he must have been like 2, maybe 3 years old in the seat of the thing. Like, that age, that kid could just jump out. You don't know what's going to happen with that kid. I'm like walking behind, like, do I need to catch this kid? Call CPS? I don't know. She's over there just like mobbing on her freaking thing, pulling the cart
What a
behind.
go getter.
Yeah. Brutal.
Go
dude.
give her, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Givers are all right. But other than that, like, people out there kind of claim that they're not as nice and stuff. I haven't run into that. Maybe I just have a nicer face because everyone's super nice to me. Get people who are inconsiderate as all get out. Like, they'll just be walking and just, like, stop in the middle of the aisle and just kind of, like, look around. Like, huh? Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. And you're like, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. And then move to the side. Like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, what's in the ceiling? I don't get it. There's no birds in here. That's another thing. Wildlife out there is way cooler. Like, way more fancy birds and stuff like that, like blue jays and cardinals and stuff like that. Like, way more of them. Big hawks. Saw a sparrow just fighting a freaking hawk. It was just like dive bombing it, and the hawk's was like, whatever, get out of my way, Just, it was sick. It was right outside my house. This is sick.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Like, we had a pretty big, I don't know if it was a hawk or a falcon. I don't know the difference, but I think it was just a small hawk just perched on our fence the other day. That's cool. That's just not something you see out here, very often. Maybe if you're in Park City, but out here, not so much.
Yeah. Not ever.
Yeah.
Just deer and rabbits.
Yeah, big rats and rabbits.
Yeah.
Now, I do got like 3 rabbits that live in my backyard, because right behind me, so I have my backyard, and then right behind that, there's like a small stream and basically just a forest, and then some houses built like a couple acres away from that.
That's cool.
But yes, the rabbits just run right under my fence. I'm like, damn, I need to get rid of you guys, because my daughter will go out there like, ooh, rocks. Like, that's poop. No, stop it. Get out of there.
It's not chocolate.
Yeah. I've been trying to wage war on these things. I lost. There's just nothing you can do. Tried spraying a bunch of hot sauce around my yard, because I'd heard online they don't like that. Didn't work. Like, okay, fine. Found the brand of hot sauce that everyone was saying. Didn't work. Damn it. Put a fake owl up there. Didn't work. Sort of putting in those like chicken wire fences all around, which they look ugly. So I don't know. And then I think they just probably find a way in somehow. Like, I don't know. These guys are just,
You think they can't squeeze through chicken wire fence?
well, as long as it's an inch in
Oh.
diameter or smaller, then they
Okay.
can't. At least that's what online says, but it's led me astray with the hot sauce, so I don't know. Now I don't know what to believe. But
Sit out there with the 22.
yeah, I need to just get like a pellet gun or something like that, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't have one, so
Mm.
just haven't gotten around to it. Like, I don't want to get a 22 because as quiet and as weak as those are, they still make a lot of noise. And I'm on basically California street. Everyone on my street's either from California or somewhere else. Like it's all super new. So there's my next door neighbor is a cop, or was a cop in California. He's a super nice guy though. He's getting his PhD in theology, so he's pretty cool to talk to. Yeah. What the fuck do you do with a theology PhD, right? Like where?
What is theology?
Money is
Yeah, what is
That's when
religion?
you have excess money, dog.
Yeah. So that's basically he's just a super Christian and like I guess extra biblical, like extra knowledgeable Christian. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
So you're like, what do you think about Judaism?
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, you do your own thing, guy.
yeah.
I don't really care, but I feel like a theology PhD is just a pyramid scheme. Like you only get more. Like. What are you going to do with that? Teach more
All
theology
of that's
students?
on Google, dog.
Yeah, you're just going to teach more theology students. That's about it, right? Like I don't know what else. And I've talked to him before, and he's like, "Yeah, teach." Okay, I get like if you
the
really
only
want to.
job.
Yeah, right. Like maybe there's probably not. Like if you guys go out there, we play a game called Is It Anything or a Church, and it's probably church. Like you'll go down like, oh, is that a strip mall? I haven't been in that. Oh no, that's a church. Oh, hey, is that a high school? Nope, that's a church. Oh wow, okay, cool. Oh, is that a I don't know, like industrial size building, just a big metal building that you're thinking maybe they do some fabrication or something like that. Nope, it's a church. It's every time it's a church. There's not a whole lot of, like out here you just see a bunch of Mormon churches. They all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Out there it's, they just slap church on a building and call it a day,
Really?
So it's pretty wild. There's churches everywhere. And they're all full during Sunday. Just all of them are just packed full of people. I don't even know that many people live out here, It's
crazy.
cool.
How are the fireflies? I heard that's pretty cool.
It's pretty freaking cool. I love it. Our yard doesn't get a whole ton because we got a pretty big fence in our backyard, but right behind us we do see quite a bit. And going out to
In
Joe's,
the
you see a lot.
forest?
Yeah, in the forest right behind us.
All these lights.
Cool.
That would be
Yeah,
sick.
it's freaking cool. I do love the fireflies. Those are fun. The cicadas kind of get loud because we have cicadas out here. You kind of hear them every now and then, but out there they get really loud. I have a house though, so I just close the door. A lot of people out there, just like my sister-in-law, hate the cicadas. Just goes mental over those things. But at her house, you hear them a lot more because our house is older. So you close the door and you're still hearing them. Like, yeah, that could drive you nuts if you can't tune it out. My house, like, close the door, silence. So nice. I'm just gonna go and relax in my nice home and go outside every now and then when you want to hear just like almost deafening cicada sound, But that, and I got a bunch of frogs in my backyard. Yeah, that's
What
it's
the
cool.
fuck?
Yeah, or like red hornets. Those are pretty interesting looking. They're
Red
just,
Hornets?
yeah, apparently they're less aggressive than like the wasps out here. So I guess I don't know if they're red wasps or red hornets. I don't really know the difference of those, but they're less aggressive, but they're still territorial. So you don't mess with them too much. And their stings hurt real bad apparently. I haven't gotten stung, but Patrick has, and he hated it. And so I have to go and kill a nest every now and then because they just start building up.
But they look scary as shit.
They do. They look way more intimidating than the yellow one, but I don't know if that's just because I've seen yellow ones my whole life, But red is more intimidating, I feel like. So
Yeah.
Callie hates those. She's not a fan of those guys, which makes sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bugs out there, there's definitely more. Like, always mowing my yard and seeing spiders going on my concrete and stuff. Like, let's kill you. Squash,
How big
squash.
are your spiders? I'll bet all the bugs are just bigger.
No, I mean, you get, like out here, you've seen smaller, you've seen bigger. It's just kind of,
Okay.
I mean, I think on average you're going to see more big bugs that you probably haven't seen out here before, but they're not like massive. I was expecting to go out there and just be like freaking fist fighting spiders, freaking getting in there. Have to get like a Bowie knife, like, let's go. But no, they're spiders here and there, maybe a little bit bigger, but not, nothing crazy. Not like what I expected. I expected way worse. So, but it's been fun. Definitely different culture out there. Not like going to Walmart and not fully expecting to see the family members. Like anytime I go to Smith's or Walmart or Harmon's, I'm like, I could totally see anyone I know out here. Like I went to Jersey Mike's the other day and I didn't know him, but some girl started talking to Roan, like, and she like points to all, like, okay, so you're a Kelsch, you're a Wayman, you're the, because everyone knows everybody out here, just saturated with family members.
Yeah. Yeah.
So out there, you see a lot of Amish people and sometimes some family.
Amish people?
Yeah,
Oh,
what the
tons of
fuck?
Amish, dude. You're driving down 40 minutes to get to the big town called Springfield. You're driving down, like, that a horse and buggy? What the hell? Like, you just pass up an Amish guy. They have signs that have like the horse and buggy, and like, you know, when they have biker signs over here, like share the road. They have share the road with a horse and buggy on it. They have just a bunch of that shit. Or you can go to the Amish stores and buy like chairs or honey or stuff like that. They upcharge the shit out of it though, like way bad. They had like vanilla beans, which they're not growing vanilla beans. They're just buying the shit off Amazon and reselling it because people are gonna buy it. Like, oh, vanilla bean from the Amish, and somebody paid like $20 for a jar with 2 vanilla beans in it, and we're just like, dude, you're gonna buy that on Amazon? Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's not cooler because it's Amish. Like, it's a scam. But
Yeah, unless it's some legit homemade stuff. It'll be
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Which my mom was way disappointed when she got out there and looked at all the Amish stuff. She's like, this is bullshit. I could make this stuff, and I can get this at Walmart. I don't want to buy this, but I don't know. I don't know if they're Amish or they have another name for them, but I don't know all the names of the different sects of.
Is it Quakers or something?
No, it wasn't Quakers. There was another one for it. I don't know. Do Quakers still exist? I thought that was like.
I thought they died out
Pilgrim
because
days.
they believed in abstinence.
Yeah,
Like celibacy, and so they
yeah,
just
way to kill
died.
yourself
I
out.
honestly didn't know what a Quaker was. I just see it on the little oatmeal thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Quaker
yeah.
oats. I think Quakers were kind of. They got their name because they get so intense and passionate. They kind of shake a lot or something like that. But I don't know a whole ton on it.
quake during their religious meetings.
Yeah, stuff like that. Filled the spirit real good.
What the fuck? People are weird.
Oh yeah, dude. People are real weird. But then, so anyway, the Amish people, I think they'll have technology in their shops and stuff, but they'll just like leave it at their door when they go home. So when they're like working, they'll have big F-150 trucks and iPhones and stuff like that. Or I see them at Walmart all the time. When I went to go buy my house, there's a young Amish couple that came in behind us to get a loan and everything. It was weird because at that point I'm new to it. Like, wait a minute, don't you guys like not use any of this stuff? And later I'm talking to people who are like, yeah, during COVID they went to go. I saw some Amish people so they couldn't go in the building, but they needed to deposit a check, so they went through the drive-through, and there's just 4 guys standing like in a square like a car, just like walking with all the other cars to go to the drive-through bank.
What the heck?
Yeah.
So they can't drive?
Well, some of
what?
them,
Most
I'm
do.
sure some of them do, because like some of them, like I said, have like F-150s and stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that out there, but I know like online I've seen pictures of Amish guys driving trucks and stuff, and they have to get at Walmart somehow. I'm not seeing a bunch of Amish people walking away from Walmart. I see them in like minivans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, sure enough, I think it was Preston had a picture of a bunch of Amish dudes in line, just like walking 2 by 2, walking in line to cash a check or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
I thought their whole thing was they can't use like
Yeah, so
electronics or shop at
I think
stores and
I
stuff.
think now
Why?
it's less of a religious thing, more of a tax thing, because the more technology they use, the more taxes they have to pay. I think that's what I've heard.
Right. They don't pay taxes.
No, not a lot. Yeah, because it's like a whole religious exemption thing. So at this point, I think
Damn,
the
I'm about to
Amish.
go here.
I'm about to be honest,
Holy
bro.
shit.
Where's my hat?
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask one. I'm like, where can I get a sweet hat like that? That would be dope.
Just go to the Amish store.
Yeah, could probably find one there, but I don't want to be taken for an Amish. Like, hey, are you Amish? No, their hats are cool.
Yeah.
Who wants to know?
Yeah. No, I like. I
Are
make
you
my
the
living-
IRS?
Yeah. If you're the IRS, then yes. No,
Oh,
that's.
that's pretty dang cool.
Did they
Yeah.
already hire all their new members?
Oh,
I
the
think
IRS.
it's, they're
All
working
their.
on it.
What were their infantry men?
Yeah. 86 or 87,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wild, dude. Freaking IRS
It's a
gearing
lot.
up. Oh, and they're like training them on guns and stuff like that. Like, hey,
Yeah,
wait
that's
a minute.
Crazy.
Wait,
That's
for real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you not see that? They're like,
Uh-uh.
there was a whole training video that they put out where like if you're gonna take this job, you got to be ready to like take down criminals and
Yeah.
they-
Use lethal force.
Yeah, use lethal force and stuff.
For taxes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're over there
Absolutely.
thinking we're all Al
Exactly.
Capone, dude.
And that wasn't all of them. They're training like
No,
that. But
not
the
all of them.
enforcers, yeah.
Yeah, not all 87,000, but some of them, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Even one's too many for the freaking IRS. Like, you shouldn't be the ones having the
Well,
guns.
where do you think they get their power from? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
from debt collection and
Oh yeah, I know, but
all that
they're
jazz.
supposed to outsource the gun part to the government, which I don't like still, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just kind of tying it too close together,
Well,
Yeah, good thing I lost my guns in a boating accident. Otherwise, that would suck.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible. You're
Yeah,
in the
I
hospital
know.
forever.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible
sorry.
thing. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, but,
Yeah, I tripped in the mountains,
yeah.
tumbled all the way down, fucking gone.
A bear
Yeah.
ate it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're devastating. shitting bullets after that. If a bear shoots a gun through its ass in the woods, did it ever shoot your gun?
Was there a serial number?
Yeah. Now that's something I wanted to get into. Obviously, is more of the 3D printing guns, mostly for my own stuff. But I want to see if I can become an FFL and stuff like that, and manufacture stuff. I want to try and do it legally above board.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't do it through like a custom job. That would just be terrible, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It would be sucky.
Majorly illegal.
Yeah, you know, you'd have to make sure to take money through cryptos like Monero, or you can go through the what is that, Tornado Cash? You guys seen anything on that for the Ethereum?
I've seen
Yeah,
some
how
of that.
IRS
What is it?
the IRS made it super illegal now, so you can't mess around with it at all. You would put your money in like a set amount of Ethereum, say like 0.1, 0.5, 1, 10 or something like that, and you just put in a set amount of Ethereum, and it would mix it all up, and you get a receipt to take out that many Ethereum, but it's not tied to you anymore. So it's a way to anonymize your crypto.
Yeah,
Again, it is super illegal now. Yeah.
I've seen the minute they were making it illegal, like tons of people were sending it to celebrities.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. They just send like 0.1 to a bunch of celebrities because if you have any interaction with it at all,
Yeah,
it's
celebrities, politicians, everybody just
Yep.
blasted it to a bunch of
yeah.
people.
Anyone who has a public wallet was just getting sent 0.1 Ethereum everywhere, dude. Freaking funny.
What the hell?
But, so other than that, you'd
So
have.
that they get taken down?
I
Since
doubt
they
it.
had
I'm sure
or
the
what?
government was just like, oh, come on, guys, like, you know. But it just kind of shows the absurdity of it. Of someone can interact with this thing on your behalf, and you're technically liable for it, you know. Because I bet if they weren't like celebrities and stuff, you'd probably get taken down. Like if somebody just sent, you know, me or you this, was it Tornado Cash or?
I think Tornado Cash.
Okay, if they sent one of us this stuff, we'd probably get, you know, the IRS knocking, you know. But I don't know, I need to buy more anonymous cryptos like Monero just for the fact of having anonymous cryptos, because I think it's cool. But because it's built to be anonymous, so like on the black market, that's what everyone uses is Monero.
I think that's what pirates use for ransom. When they ransom people.
Yeah, Monero, because it's less traceable. I think it's still kind of traceable, but I'm not 100% sure. You know, it's always like it's the cat and mouse game of security. You know, in anything where it's they figured out how to secure something. Okay, I figured out how to pick that lock. Okay, now I figured out a lock you can't pick. Well, I figured out the tool I need to pick that lock. It's just a constant game of that. So it's cat and mouse with Monero and stuff like that. But,
Wild.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if more anonymous cryptos start coming up eventually, especially with everyone jumping on board with Bitcoin, and then they go, oh hey, that's like 100% trackable, and that's the cool part of Bitcoin. Yeah, let me get some untraceable funds.
That's freaking sick, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tornado Cash.
It's cool to at least know about them. It's a bummer that now it's illegal, because I'd heard about that stuff, because I think there's a couple other ones like that. I don't know what they're called, though. But I'd heard about those, and I think I'd heard the name Tornado Cash, you know, months ago. And then hearing it in the news again, like, dang, I didn't need it, and I don't have any reason to use it. But dang.
But I could have.
Yeah, but if I needed it for some reason.
Yeah, they're tightening everything down.
Yeah, so like if you did I don't know if Silk Road 2.0 is still a thing, but like that's like the the dark web's black market, you know. I think they use Monero and stuff like that. So
Shoot.
yeah,
I've only seen it once.
Monero.
No.
Oh.
The deep web.
Oh yeah.
The dark web.
I tried to go on there years and years ago, but it's kind of annoying if you don't know where you're going. So more hassle than it's worth, you know. There are some cool things you can do with it, but nothing as cool as people on the internet make it sound. Like, there's always those. I don't know if you've watched. There's some YouTube videos like of horror stories of people going on the dark web and finding
A red room. or
yeah,
whatever.
red rooms and stuff
Yeah.
like that, where they have to do all these secret cryptography things to get into the next part of the website and all this stuff. No, that's like not a thing, you know. As much as people want to make it a thing, a lot of this stuff, like where they claim in the videos, they claim to make it to the certain spot where they're like doing a bunch of drug trafficking or child trafficking and stuff like this. A lot of that stuff just goes on behind like Facebook, you know, private Facebook groups. So you don't really need to go through all those hoops. Those stories are wild though when you hear about those ones where they just have a bunch of like rape porn and stuff like that through these Facebook groups. When I think there was a guy on, I don't remember what podcast I was watching, but the guy he's like, yeah, I was a Facebook moderator, and the stuff you saw and have to like because it just comes across and you have to go and shut it down. But
Fuck.
there's so many of them. You know, you can only shut down so many of them.
That would
I
screw
hear
you
those
up
guys
so
are
bad.
Yeah.
real life PTSD because
Oh,
they
yeah.
see so much crazy shit.
Yeah, and this guy was like still a raging lefty, but he's like, this is kind of messed up. And the stuff they would tell us is, you know, obviously take down the, you know, anything you think it might be conservative, take that down faster than anything left leaning. He's like, I'm way left leaning, but this got to be too much, you know.
Yeah.
It's wild.
What the fuck?
I think it was a Patrick Bet David podcast that guy was on. But I don't remember his name, so.
Shit's wild.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's disgusting what people will do and put it up online and stuff. Or like, it can be as bad, but it got more widespread traction where they would hack baby monitors, and if there's like a two-way baby monitor, so the parents could talk to the child, people would hack it and then tell the child to do shit like go break that TV or you know throw shit at the walls or like just tell the kids to do shit. Some of the kids would kind of freak out, and you know they have like nanny cams, so the people in these I don't know if it's Discord or what thing they're using, but they'd stream it and you know to other people in their closed group and like, okay, money for this, let's try and get them to do that, and they just do shit like that.
That's a little hilarious.
Who
though.
the hell's got time?
That's
for
worse
that?
than rape porn.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked, dude.
Damn.
So I don't
Holy
have a
cow.
baby cam or a nanny cam or whatever the hell, baby monitors.
Had your kids, had your wife.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you go on like your phone to connect to a Wi-Fi and you see like a baby monitor Wi-Fi or whatever, so the parents can can get to it or can connect to it. But you know, if you can hack regular Wi-Fi, I doubt a baby monitor is very secure. So you probably just hack it. You know, no thanks.
Fuck that. That's weird.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious though.
Oh, dude.
Throw shit at the wall.
Dude.
I
Oh,
have no conscience.
If you could find that person who did that, because shit at the walls like would be the worst thing. I haven't potty trained my daughter yet, but that's like the nightmare, dude. Like last time we were out, right after we left our parents' house, my brother's daughter, so my niece just smeared shit all over the bathroom and everything. Like, oh.
Went straight Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, dude. Brutal. And not only does it suck, you have to clean up a bunch of shit, and your kid's trying to be potty trained, so you're failing on multiple levels. But then it's like, technically that's a really big sign of like mental issues too. It's like, fuck, no, not this too.
Oh no, it's dumb.
Yeah. No, it's like I don't know, not PTSD, but like, you know, because her parents happen to be divorced, so it's like of neglect and like childhood, like trauma and stuff like that. So doesn't mean particularly that the child's dumb, but that they're gonna have issues.
Right.
So or holding your shit in, that's a big one. Just anything to do with shit turns out as a bad thing. Unless you're getting the shit out of your body, it's not good.
Yeah, I love this shit everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I have some things to tell you.
Brother,
Therapist
you
to
have anything
recommend
to
you.
say?
No, like release all the shit, bro. To the toilet.
So, how has your mental and emotional states been since moving out there?
Pretty good. It's harder because you got to kind of manage, you know, the wife and her mental state being away from her family and stuff like that, and you know you got your own shit to deal with. But guys are generally more likely to be able to be away from their family for longer and not really be phased too much. So it is different, but the benefit is we feel like we're way more of our own family. Like when we were out here, we were hanging out at her parents and my parents every weekend, splitting the time as much as possible. I'd kind of get bitter because we'd be up at her parents' house way more often. But, you know, we have brothers and sisters-in-laws or brothers-in-law that are our age, so we hang out with them more. Where at my parents' house, it's like everyone's older. We don't really hang out. They might be my siblings, but I don't hang out with them too much. So we hang out at her family's house a lot more, or we did. And then when we go out, I've got way into cooking. Like way into cooking. I don't know if your dad told you about the steaks that we made him for.
He did.
Yeah. That was like on a day's notice. Joe calls me up. I need you to cook up like 9 steaks. Like, all right, let's get it. You know, go over there and make a bunch of them. No longer doing the dishwasher steaks. I've upgraded to a sous vide machine.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I got a flamethrower. Like, you know, you attach a butane torch or a thing to it. And flamethrower your steaks to get a good sear on them.
That's cool.
Just stuff like that where we're way more of our own family rather than we're just constantly hanging out with other people. We're doing our own thing more, you know. We still have people over for dinners or for hanging out, or we go over to people's houses because we're real close with everybody else. But way more of our own unit, you know. Just we're mentally, I think, like I'm doing fine. My wife does pretty good. At some point she does get like wanting to come back and visit and see her family and see her nieces and nephews and stuff like that. But for the most part, we do really well. I think better than some of the other people out there because you hear them kind of complain about it. Ugh, oh, that sucks. Talk to my wife later, like, no, I'm not getting that. No, you're not either. Cool, sounds good then. Like, we're good. But that's fun. It's good to be emotionally stable.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's killer. Don't have
Shit's
any
wild.
childhood trauma need to deal with, so we're coasting. Joke about other family members a lot, like joke about what they're gonna do. Like we told Ronan patients, like, you guys got to start just spreading just the shittiest rumors about us. That would be hilarious, Nothing yet. They failed us. They dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
they eat their steak with one side cooked.
that would be scandalous. You take that back.
They eat it well done.
Yeah.
Worse.
I'll fight you. No, when we first moved out, though, I heard like rumors of some of the people who moved out, or right before we moved out, we heard rumors of other people who moved out. Like, yeah, they moved out because of like, they were fighting about religious stuff or whatever, or they want to be way more staunch religious and get away from all the family doing sinful things and stuff like that. That's when I heard coming. Like I heard that last Friday. I was talking to someone. They're like,
Possible, but I've never heard it.
yeah, it's definitely not true at all. But I heard it like I was talking to someone because I was telling him about my experience taking a gummy, and he's like, wait, I thought everybody out there was like way against any drugs and stuff like that. No, I mean it's more legal out there, so it's like more free. So no one really cares. Like my sister works at a weed dispensary out there. Like no one gives a shit.
Oh, is it legal out there?
It's decriminalized and it's legal for medical use. So it's way easy to get if you want it. Yeah. Like I said, my sister works at a dispensary, so she can just kind of get it for people.
Yeah.
I don't really tap into it. It's not my thing all that much. Like I said, I took one and that was shitty. So my tongue was so numb. I was afraid to talk. So I was like, I guess I just don't talk now. And this is a bummer. And anyone who knows me is like, they're constantly coming up to me like, Dalan, are you all right? Like, yeah, I'm fine. Are you sure? Like, yeah. Okay. Everyone's like constantly like, you still riding the dragon, dude? Like, yeah, I'm super fucked, dude. Whatever. Couldn't taste any food, so I felt like I was lied to about food tasting better.
Bro,
My tongue was so numb. I couldn't.
We gotta try that again.
I was
for you.
so afraid to talk.
good, dude.
Food is like you'd eat raisins. I would eat raisins. I'd
Oh,
be
it'd be
like,
so
okay,
good, too.
I'd eat
Depends.
anything right now.
Just
cat.
sometimes you're just absolutely fucked out of your goiter,
Dude, well, so
and then sometimes it's a good ride.
So I'd heard before that they were all kind of like they got some bongs, and they mostly when they do bongs they do just tobacco or whatever, but they've done weed and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool. They do weed and stuff like that here. When I go to like the first party I went out there, just to one of our friends' houses, and they're like, no, we got some drinks and stuff, and someone offers me some weed gummies, and I was like, sure, I'm the first person they offered them to. I assume when in Rome, everyone else is gonna do it, so I take one, and then he takes one and puts it away. Oh
no! No!
And it's close friends and
Just
stuff.
goes
like,
home.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it being like weird or whatever. It's like, damn it, because this is, I don't know if any of you guys know Preston.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like not the guy you want to get high with. Like he's way fun. I love him, but he's just not that guy.
Yeah.
Not that guy. So me and him are just kind of like fucked. He comes up to me, I'm so fucked right now. Like, yeah, dude, I get it. Like I should have taken a fourth of what I had, but I had a whole gummy, and I'm just like tripping out of my mind. At some point, though, I was like, I can see where this would be way better than alcohol, because you hit that spot, and you're like, if I could stay right here, I am like perfectly good. This is where I want to be. And that was like 10 minutes in. I was like, fuck. Just kept going up. I was like, before the thing started, I'm eating these delicious cookies that someone made. Like, oh, hell yeah, homemade, like butterscotch, chocolate chip cookies. Awesome. Get high, like, sweet, those cookies are going to be so good, dude.
Oh, it's
Take
dry.
a bite.
It's so
You're all
dry.
Yeah, well, the dryness didn't bother me. I knew that was coming. The freaking no flavor, no nothing, because my tongue's like so swollen and numb. I'm like, this sucks ass. I'm so pissed off right now. I'm just sitting there in the corner, just like staring at people because I can't talk to anyone. They're just like, dude, are you okay? They're all playing VR, like all drunk and stuff. And I'm like, cool. Yeah, this is cool. We get in the car and we're leaving. They're like, Dalan, I don't like Hi Dalan. He's not fun. You don't talk enough. It gets everyone concerned.
I can't even function when I'm high. Talking's such a fucking chore, dude.
Oh, yeah.
If I was just a little bit high, it would have been great. But I was just way fucking gone. So it was
Yeah, it
brutal,
depends
dude.
how high you are.
I just can't like keep on people's stories. They'll be like talking to you, I'll be like,
Oh, dude.
So
What?
bad.
Yeah. Preston would be talking
So
to me. It was
bad.
like
Frames in
it was
your
like an
life.
almost out of body where you're like sitting there looking at it and you're like, I don't want to be fucking talking. I don't want to hear your story right now. Some bullshit story from a high dude who's like way off the trail, and you come back like, "So sorry, I didn't hear any of that." And they're like, "What were we talking about?" I don't know.
Yeah,
that's literally how it
perfect.
is.
He's talking
dude.
about their weekend. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about Mars and pollinating it.
Oh, dude, heard a story from
Shit,
somebody.
about your weekend.
Heard a story from somebody. It was so the person who's telling the story, it happened to like their cousin or something like that. So they knew him relatively well, but they had like broken their dick or something like that. And he's telling me this, and he's drunk, and I'm just plastered. I'm laughing my ass off, and somebody else is like, "Is he okay? Like, does he need help?" and everything like that. And I'm up like just dying laughing.
It will do that.
Yeah, it was a brutal story like that. It was a way freaking funny story, but it was just a brutal story. Like, damn. They like
Sucks.
they're telling the story like, yeah, he comes in, we're all like, oh yeah, dude, what's up? And he's like, it's kind of all pissed off, like, what happened? What happened? Like, broke my dick. What? What?
Ow.
How does that work? How do you break? I mean, I know you can.
I don't
but
know how exactly. He's
just
like,
gets bent.
they asked the same thing. Yeah, it's bent, but like they asked the same like, how'd you break it? And he's like, I wasn't doing anything crazy. You didn't put her on there and spin. Just shitty. I don't know, but way funny to hear that when you're just plastered out of your mind, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was drinking some beers too, so I
Oh,
technically
no.
crossfaded or whatever, but I don't know if I had
Yeah.
enough beers for that to do anything.
I hate
Which,
doing that.
holy shit, dude.
Yeah, fuck that.
Drinking in Missouri, you get used to that or whatever. You live there for a while. You come back here where it's higher altitude. No, I had like 5 drinks and I was 5 sheets to the wind. I was gonzo. Last time I was in town, it was like I think 9 o'clock and to 2 a.m. I don't know what happened. I was doing handstands. I was telling people I could fight them. I was telling people I made more money than them. I was on top of cars. I was slapping people's asses way hard. Like, not me at all, dude. It was so weird. They're all like, no, you had way more drinks than 5. Like, yeah, but I only remember the 5.
Jeez. Dude, if you're like that in Utah, I wonder how I'd be in fucking Missouri.
You'd be able to drink so much. You'd
Yeah, too
like you
much.
could just keep going. When we had Drayden out there, he drank like 16 beers, and we played what was it?
The
Wizard
game.
Staff, yeah, where he taped the beer
Oh,
cans or
no.
whatever, and he was like way taller than him. He's like, "This is way inconvenient to drink." You like have to put it off the big deck that we had because we had like a 3-story building. Like puts it off the deck and just like leans over to try and drink out of it. It's freaking huge. When I first went out there, I was like, "Dude, this is way cool. I'm drinking so much, you know, just get a little bit tipsy after drinking tons and tons. This is fun. I'm going hard, and then." Come back here, a couple of drinks, sloshed, freaking falling over the place. Felt like Zabe waking up with cuts all over myself.
It's the altitude that causes that?
I think so. I'd
What
also
the fuck?
started. I also was losing a lot more weight and not eating a whole lot of food, and
Oh,
I
that'll
don't drink.
do it.
I don't drink nearly as much water as I should out here because it's so dry. So I need to drink more water. But the water up at Jonah's house is just abysmal. It's so gross. It's just so hard to stomach, dude. You're drinking. Could this be alcohol instead? Like, I'd rather take vodka. It's fucking gross. So I don't drink a whole lot of water. I don't eat. I had stopped eating a whole lot of food to try and lose weight, and you just get plastered real freaking fast. Apparently, like I had a cookie sheet of steaks that were cooked because they were sous vide, and like one dropped, and I like it's still good. Like basically throw the thing. Jonah catches it. And I just grab a steak. Take a huge freaking bite out of it. They're like, because it hadn't been seared yet, so it looks uglier and shit, but it's
Oh, yeah.
still a good steak technically. It's all cooked, just gross looking.
Wow.
Look, like, so yesterday was Gary and Aiden, or not yesterday, it was Saturday night was Gary and Aiden's wedding, and over there, just not drinking a ton, but everyone else was, and my father-in-law comes up to me, dude, it was so much fun when you got drunk last time. It was the riot, you're just losing your shit, you know. Like, he's like, I bet your hangover the next day was the worst. Oh, it was debilitating, dude. I was down for it good. It was brutal. But it's cool that my father-in-law thought it was fun. That was at least a plus. Like, I'm glad I didn't make a huge ass of myself, you know? Because that's always scary when you get drunk like that. You don't know what you're going to do.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't know what you're going to say. Like, could have done a lot of things. Oh, yeah. Scary. But funny to hear about after, and you're just like, are you sure that was me? Like, that doesn't sound like me at all. But I don't know. It's different.
I definitely prefer weed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
I can
lo-
see it.
As long as it's a good high.
Yeah.
You'll have highs. You're sitting there just paranoid of everything. You're like, oh,
I-
they hate me. I'm inconvenient to everybody. I'm a worm. You know.
I'd be way surprised if I ever got like that. doesn't seem like something I would do. I'm just not.
You need to get high a few more times.
Yeah, it's like you think
Yeah,
that-
maybe.
It happens like every few times. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, like I said, it probably would happen because that's what everyone claims. But it seems so. Granted, me on top of cars yelling at people doesn't sound like me either, but still.
Dude, I live like clear out up in Rockport, like
Yeah.
up in the mountains and shit. So like we don't really have the like nearest neighbors like
Yeah.
up there. And I got like super high one of the nights because I was alone and I walked out and I started getting that paranoid shit. Like,
Oh, fuck that.
you can't see past a little certain point because it's all dark.
Oh,
and, like,
fuck.
Oh, yeah.
something's watching me.
Yeah, something's in the woods.
Fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah, if I ever get high, it's going to be with people. I don't really care to do it alone. I wouldn't mind, like, I bet I could talk my wife into taking a gummy. Eventually when she stops nursing or whatever, it could be
Yeah,
fun because it's
yeah.
just, she likes drinking because she likes trying new drinks and all the alcohol drinks and stuff like that. I don't care. Like, take it or leave it. It's just something fun to do with people sometimes. But more and more, like, drinking last Friday, I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm just going to stomach this and keep going. It's like a 9%er. So off of one, I'm feeling it pretty good. Sober up and then get another one, sober up. I'm like, all right, that's all done for me,
Yeah.
But it's different.
Just don't forget your kids when you get high.
Oh, dude, I was over at someone's house and they started taking shrooms. Like, you have a 2-year-old in the back room, guys. And
Oh,
she's not
that's
asleep
terrible
yet.
idea.
Like, I don't know,
Fuck
man.
that, dude.
What a
Yeah.
jackass.
They
yeah.
just put the TV on for her. I'm like, this is kind of sketch, Like, we had dropped at the time it was before baby boy, and we dropped Ellen off with her parent or with her grandparents or something. Or we had someone watching her, and we're hanging out, and there because we're like, oh, in case we want to drink, or one of us can, the other one will drive us home, and then they like all prop shrooms, and we're like,
Fuck
yeah,
that.
I don't know, guys. You don't want to leave right then because like I don't really give a shit that you're taking shrooms. That doesn't bother me. The fact that you're taking shrooms with your kid in the back room kind of bothers me, but it's your own life. The kid will probably be fine. She's big enough. It's late enough. Like she'll probably pass out in a minute anyway. Still kind of sus, but whatever. Then we're just like, we can't leave now because they just barely took the shrooms. We'll look like we're judging them based on the shrooms, so we have to wait like 30 minutes and then peace out. But it was like, damn it, I was already wanting to leave. You don't want to be like that guy who's like, hey, you're taking shrooms, so I'm out of here. I really don't care.
Exactly would have been that guy.
I'll be that guy so hard.
Like, I
No,
know
fuck
what
you.
happened to those.
I
Bye.
hate you.
No, because they take a minute to kick in, right?
I did it. I hated it.
Yeah, I know you did it, but like they take a minute to kick in, right? So
Yeah.
we can very easily stay and be like, all right, well, before they even hit you guys, we're out of here, And the night was kind of winding down already. So a couple or two had already left, so we're like, all right, cool, we'll probably leave in a couple minutes here. And then they pull those out, like, damn it, we should have taken our chance right before.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we look like the asshole that is judging them off that, which didn't give a shit, but it was kind of weird. I mean, like, is your guys' kid asleep yet? Like, no, not yet. Oh
boy.
I don't know. That's neglect, I think.
Better pop another.
Yeah. Jeez Louise, are you sharing with her too?
Fuck.
A
Yeah.
little kid, dude.
Dude, I'd be too
That'd be
scared to have
crazy.
stuff like that around the house. Like kids get into
Oh, hell
everything.
no.
If you
Yeah.
Oh
get
my
high,
god, if
and
your
you,
kid got shrooms.
dude, if you
I'd be so fucked
be
it would
off.
be messed up. If you like got high and left it on the counter or something like that, and a little kid comes and takes it, I don't know, dude. That would be messed. Like
Yeah.
if you have, if you take it and you put it up somewhere, they're not gonna reach it. But kids get to shit, dude.
Dude,
Like on
they-
top of counters and
Weed
stuff.
would be way less damaging.
Yeah, we like.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd want them to get weed and stuff, but it would
No.
be way less damaging than like shrooms or something like that.
Dude.
Just it'd be a lot for a little kid,
I feel
you know.
like they'd become a super genius and like God, or they would
I'd be
just
scared to
be
fuck.
scarred for life.
Oh,
and
they'd
never
probably go through a
recover.
couple of cycles, dude, with that much. Like,
Yeah.
Whatever, they'd be talking to shit up in the corner. I'd be like, fuck this.
Yep.
yeah,
Either I'm taking some too or I'm leaving.
Can't put him to bed either.
Or they're
They'll be
talking to the devil and I'm smacking them. We're Jewish. We don't believe in that shit.
Be gone, demon, be gone.
That would just not be okay.
Reading the
No.
Old Testament.
yeah.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Be sketch, dude. I don't know. It's not.
Oh, that's
I
fun.
wonder if the government's ever tested that on children.
Oh, for sure.
They might have, but I guarantee there's kids who've gotten into it, dude. 100%. There's
You
kids who've
think
gotten.
so, though?
Oh yeah.
I just don't
Little
think
kids?
a kid would eat that. Like,
Well,
they
if
would
they
eat
say-
it and be like, that is gross.
They
I'm
taste
not
so
eating that
good?
anymore.
Dude,
I put
they
money
don't.
on some
Oh,
kids seeing their
seriously?
parents do it, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
Take
Well,
a
you
bite.
remember Taz drinking his dad's beers and stuff like that all the
Yeah.
time? That shit could not have tasted good at the time, but your dad's doing it,
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
I don't know. Kids are whack, dude. They'll do whatever, I'm sure Noah's excited to see his kid grow up and
Woo!
get bigger. That's freaking exciting. Congrats, by the way.
Just trying
again.
to set a good example.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Put your drugs in your safe.
Yeah. No, dude, I was so stoked to get out here and see her. She's freaking cute. Her
Oh,
little-
dude, she's awesome.
Oh, I love it.
She's been fun. Sometimes she's a little fussy, but
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, she's a lot.
she's probably not bad compared to some of them that can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like a colic baby or anything like that.
Mhm.
She's been awesome.
Yeah,
compared
or
to
one
that.
with like a bunch of medical issues or
Oh,
something like that.
dude,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
forget about it.
Going through like my in-laws or whatever have had 2 babies with issues. Like one was born with half a heart, and the other one was born with a bunch of medical issues. I don't remember all of them. It was like too many.
Half
So-
a heart?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't even like any genetic or because my in-laws are pretty old, so they having a new kid. It's like, oh, is it because you're older? It's like, no, it's just you just get fucked sometimes. Your heart just doesn't like it when it's forming, it like folds, and it just didn't do it all the way, so you get half a heart.
What
And you know
the-
everyone's like, oh, that's a bummer, and my mother-in-law is like, well, looks like she just was half-hearted in her attempt to get a heart. It's a very half-hearted attempt on that.
Oh!
Yeah, everyone's like, that's kind of messed up. It's like, it's my baby. I don't give a shit. But
Have you heard of like the fish gill hearts or whatever?
no, I haven't. What's that?
I know a girl with it. It's like a heart that's got like flaps or some shit that like whenever it pumps it,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It looks like a fish scale
Huh.
or a fish like.
Gil?
Does
Yeah,
it just
gill.
kind of like let go of a lot of the blood, or like how does that? What does it
I don't
do?
know.
Or is it just kind of like, oh, that's neat, and it doesn't do anything, or does it cause issues? Like,
It causes issues, so I
Well,
guess it's
yeah.
like you higher
Unfortunately,
risk
sure.
of heart attack and shit like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
I've heard of people having like bigger hearts, like abnormally big hearts, where
Be
they
nice.
they can run more because it can pump more blood, but I think they end up dying faster because it's too big for itself or something weird like that. So there's like a perfect middle ground that you want to hit that most people do. I don't know. It's weird stuff that can just happen to people, Just,
Yeah.
Oops, you got half a heart. Oops, you got a bunch of medical issues. Though the medical issues with my in-law's son, that was like a genetic thing where they have a high chance of having issues with their babies and stuff. So like, we got to not have any kids together. That's just what it's going to have to be,
Shit.
Yeah. Bummer.
That would suck.
Yeah. So,
So just adopt or not have kids?
just not have. I mean, it's his second wife, so he's got plenty of,
Yeah.
polygamy wife type situation. So already got kids. She has had 4 kids, and she has 2 kids now. One was with my father-in-law, and he died, and the other one was a girl who got some sort of cancer or something like that years and years ago, and she died. So that family has had a lot of death, a lot of death in that family. Like I think they're saying a 60% success rate on life or something like that. Just
Mortality rate.
because they have like my wife's older brother, then her younger sister and her younger brother. So 3 of them, and then out of all of them, so it was a 33% death rate or something like that. Just kind of
Fuck.
yeah. The numbers, dude, they're not great.
Yeah. That's brutal.
Yeah, and then like Patience and Roan have that same blood in them, so now it's like they have a chance of having medical issues with their kids. So that's scary because we think it's from we don't know for sure if it's them because it comes from the Wayman and the Coons, but we don't know if it's a Wayman woman with a Coons man because that's the only instances we've seen it before because it was the same thing that Uncle Monty's kids had. So he has the Coons in him and then he was married to a Wayman, so that had issues. And then my father-in-law, Jonah Coons, was married to Buff Wayman, and she had issues, or their kids had issues. So with Patience and Roan, it's a male Wayman and a female Coons. You don't know which way it goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure this might be a little too name dropping for the podcast here, but
Whatever.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah, they could cry about it. if they
Yeah,
had it.
it's nothing secretive. No one's like hiding the facts,
Yeah.
But,
Oh, shit.
yeah,
Christ.
sucky.
Christ.
Yeah.
And you're heading back to Missouri and this Friday, you said.
This Friday, yeah.
So
So
been here a month. And
Yeah,
you
long
can
month.
still work from home. You can work anywhere in the U.S.
Yep.
Anywhere in the world, really, as long as you have
yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yep, as long as I have
That's
Wi-Fi.
So nice.
It's super freaking sweet, dude. I love it.
It's cool they allowed you to do that too, and
Oh, yeah.
not have to be at the office.
Yeah, and at first when I thought they were gonna can me, I was like, well, I guess I'll have to find another place. Kind of looking around, trying to get another job, but they trained me in programming, so I know all their stuff super well. Trying to get another job is freaking hard. Like I could definitely make more money doing that, but like have to relearn all that stuff and everything. Not right now. Maybe later if I have to, but for now, I'm good chilling where I'm at.
Yeah.
Just hang out here while I try and make more money 3D printing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially because I can, have such flexibility to start work at 4 a.m. and then finish work out at 12 if I'm only working an 8-hour day.
That's so nice.
So then I can hang out with my family.
And you just clock your own hours, just like started here, ended here.
Yeah, I go onto the website I built for them as far to track everybody's hours, and I clock in and I clock out.
So you go on the website that you built to clock in and clock out.
Yeah.
For your work schedule.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. I have so much freedom there. I can do whatever I want. I type in the exact time.
Yeah. You're just like, and I worked 8 hours on this day in the past.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty nice. No, we do have someone obviously going and looking at it all.
Like payroll or whatever.
Yeah, we have our payroll lady. I don't know. I don't lie about it ever, but I do make sure to clock in at the times because it rounds based on if you clocked in every 15-minute interval. So if I clock in at 4:08, I actually clocked in at 4:15. So I'm always trying to clock in at 4:07. But if I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm not like, if I look at the clock like, damn it, it's 4:08. I don't just roll it back a bit. I could, but I don't. It's sitting there like, damn, I could. That extra 15 minutes, get off at 12 o'clock today would be pretty sweet.
15% or more on my car insurance.
Yeah. It's sometimes you look at that, and go, damn morality. It's only 15 minutes, but 15 minutes across
many
years,
days.
it can add up. And I usually try and clock out after that 15-minute interval, so I make it up somewhere,
Yeah.
So I'll be working like, oh man, it's 12:05. I'll work another 3 minutes, or stare at my computer thinking about work for another 3 minutes. All right, now I'll clock out.
Yeah.
So you make it up somewhere, but it's not like I'm not always focused on that. But
It's fair.
cool little work hacks.
Yeah.
But,
Well, Dalan, we appreciate having you on again.
hell yeah, dude! I'm glad you guys
1 year.
reached out when I was in town. It was fun,
Yeah.
especially right before I left.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's like,
Saved by the
please be
bell.
available.
Yeah.
And we'll probably end up seeing you next year for your 2-year. Hopefully.
Let's do it. It'll be
Just
fun.
have to let you know.
Hopefully, I'll
Plan
have
it
more
out.
shit going on this
Oh,
year. I
dude.
felt like I had a lot going on. I don't know about next year.
That's fine.
It'd be cool if we went out there to do it.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
we
Dude,
do.
I want to start going to people's places. We still have to interview
Jake.
Grandpa Kelch.
Oh, Gary, or
Jake.
Jim?
Like,
Jer.
Uncle Jake?
Jake Silver?
Oh, Jake Silver. Jeremy. I saw Jeremy today.
Oh, going down to St. George and seeing
yeah.
him.
I
That'd be
want to
cool.
start bringing the podcast to
Have a
people.
mobile setup. That'd be pretty
yeah.
dope.
Well, especially the super busy like business owners, things
Mhm.
like that. They're like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm coming to you
Yeah, if you
on
get,
a work day.
you could even get like Craig down there or Jeremy or something like that.
Yeah, any
Yeah.
of them.
What Grandpa Kelch would you be able to get? Jim, Joe,
Gary,
Gary.
hopefully.
That'd be cool if you could get him.
Yeah.
Just saw him yesterday, and that was nice.
Just set it up in
there's
his
not-
living room. But
Yeah.
we would get to act very quickly
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
on that
He,
one.
he sleeps a lot.
Yeah.
Up there chatting with him and like turn to Grandma Faye for a minute, talking to her, turn back and he's asleep. Like, cool, all right. Just old
And
people.
back to Faye.
Yeah, I mean, they're old. It happens. They get tired.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, glad you guys had me on and reached out again. It was fun.
And
Yeah.
do you have any parting advice for the listeners after this 1 year of extra experience?
If you get film, like, I think you mentioned it before with aviation, where you're like, if I don't do this, I'll hate myself or something like that, or you'll just super regret it. That's how I feel like with 3D printing right now. If you get a film like that, pursue it as much as you can. Don't bother with trying to create a plan for it. Just jump in, start doing it, and create the plan as you go. Or if you have some spare time, then create the plan. But do it first. Do the thing. Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Go for it. It's way
We're not
worth it.
sponsored yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's all I got. I love what you guys are doing. I don't know if you guys know, I've been listening to every single one, trying to comment as much as possible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
Hell
read
yeah.
it.
Yeah, we've got someone working on responding right now. How's that going?
Trying.
Every now and I get like a sweet, like, all right, I'll take it. But
We
trying-
appreciate it though.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
We for
I
sure
know the
notice
game.
it.
I've tried to do my own podcast back forever ago, way before. I don't know, it was before this one, but it was on my own before I had heard about this one, and sitting there talking to myself like, this fucking sucks. This is dumb as hell. So I'm glad you guys are able to actually get together and do it somewhat consistently.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh yeah.
Also, Bessie, what did you do?
Oh, I got engaged over the weekend.
Oh no shit! Congrats,
Yeah.
dude.
Congrats.
Hell yeah. To who?
Haley.
Haley. Nice. I didn't know you guys are dating because I don't know anybody,
Yeah,
and I
almost
don't
a
know
year.
who that is. But awesome.
Mo's kid.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Still don't know.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Congrats, Beth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way congrats, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love to see people getting engaged and everything like that.
Then comes marriage.
Yeah.
Comes a baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's freaking exciting. Love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
Either
with
way.
that, we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
See you
Heck,
guys
I
next
appreciate it.
week, hopefully with another guest. Thanks
Peace
for
out.
joining us.